And then you can see certain more features wherein a person is trying to search out an address. And once the person searches out an address wherein he is supposed to go, he's checking out the source, he's checking out the destination, then he's taking out the whole map, which one route is appropriate. And you can see one example of a restaurant wherein you just check out the glass has been placed on an LED or we can say a screen wherein it can sense that it is cold. They are playing poker. You can see they are playing it on a LED screen. A mobile phone has been put over here and it is showing you all the features of a mobile phone. You are putting another mobile phone over there. A comparison is ready. It's showing you the price-wise comparison. It's showing you the specification-wise comparison. Now you are putting your camera on the table and you are able to find out image that you want to see, the details of the image. You are just dragging them to your camera and it's all getting copied. Now see the beauty of technology, how technology has evolved. You are putting your camera and another mobile phone is over there and you are transferring image. You just see, it is possible nowadays and you can understand it well. A camera is put, all photographs are visible on your screen. And you are just putting a phone and you are copying it everything. You just see how copying is done. It's interactive. Then the initial example wherein a person was checking out the route from source to destination. He's putting his mobile and copying the whole route to the mobile phone. So that the person can travel based on the navigation given by the mobile phone. Credit card payments, you just see you don't need to go for a machine and all. You can go for credit card payments using this mode only. You are putting credit card and starting making payments. Okay, so this is a video which I wanted to share with you wherein my main objective was to sensitize you with respect to the technology. But now I do have a problem over here that I want to share with you. The first thing is that the video that I have shown to you corresponds of, I'll just start my pointer option so that I'll be able to start with. Yes, I'm ready. So the video that I have shown to you is of 2008. Now this is a statement wherein I want to interact with the participants and I want to know from them, we are in 2021. So it means we are 13 years ahead of when this video was developed, when this video was presented. So still after 13 years, we have not reached that level of technology what is existing. And what we can see in the near future will be a more advanced version of technology. We do have a problem with respect to the technology is that we lack this particular point when it comes to technology. We lack awareness. And when I say awareness, my main focus is that we want to use technology, but how far we are advancing in the technology in such a fashion that we can leverage from what we have invested. So that's my main objective today. Based on that, I'll start with, so I have given you a sensitization video which was of 2008. We are in 2021, almost 2021 is in the ending phase. And still 13 years back, if we look, that we were not able to access a smartphone with these facilities. Right now, we can understand this video by correlating it with your mobile phone, wherein you can transfer your files using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And we do have a facility in certain mobile phones wherein you can transfer a photograph or any file from one device to the other when it is within the range of NFS, that is nearest found device. So without now going for more explanation of the sensitization video, I'll move towards my first slide, that what technologies do we use as of now? So in your generation, especially the audience that I'm interacting with, the time I say social networking, you do understand certain attributes. Social networking means Facebook, social networking means WhatsApp, social networking means Twitter, social networking means any other social media network platform which you are using, rather you are very frequently using. So that's not the end of the story. There are good number of social networking platforms which can help you in getting connected to communities. Like we do have ResearchGate, which is one of the platform which helps researchers all across the globe to stay connected. So when I said in my initial first slide, wherein the title was mentioned, I did mention that awareness is a problem. When we see any technology, what we do is we use it, and then after that we don't spread awareness. The more awareness we spread to people, the more the technology will be used, and we'll be able to see what are the pitfalls of using a technology, what are the drawbacks of using a technology, what can be improved on, what cannot be. So you can become a party to improving the technology for the benefit of mankind. Then, as I said, that we do use technology like social networking, we do access internet using mobile phones or personal digital assistants. We do go for instant messaging, whether it is WhatsApp, whether it is Telegram, anything else. We do watch videos or live TVs or websites. You might have seen YouTube. So it is one of the platform wherein technology has been used in order to reach to the audience. We do have wikis, blogs, online networks. This is again a form of a technology. We do access university systems via online, via our own PC or laptops. See, we are in 2021. 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you will very soon see that whenever you are attending a class, the time you leave your class, you will be given a message that today you have attended the class from this time to this time. So it means at present in our state, we are not well versed, rather we are not applying the technology in a larger domain, but when we see 2 years, 3 years down the line, we will be using technology in each and every domain as far as academics is concerned. Therefore, you will be having a university system, you will be having a college system, which will be accessible to each and every student, each and every faculty member, each and every administrator, whosoever is within the scheme of things. So you'll be having access to university system via own PC or laptops. You do upload content on internet or cyberspace. That's also a form of technology wherein technology is used. You can use for on-demand videos wherein you watch, like in Amazon Prime. If you're a member of that, you can download movies as per your convenience, as per your request, as per your wish. So that is known as online video, which is related to your intent, which is related to your scheme of things that you like. Then you can maintain your website, you can maintain your blogs. That's again a form of technology. You can participate in online discussions, groups, or chat rooms. You can use advanced functions on mobile phone. You can take part in different online discussions, like we are in a webinar. So if you have participated in a webinar, it is a form of technology that you are using. Then you can use internet to share knowledge. Now, keeping all these things into mind, if I see that how we are transiting, how did we start and how we are moving, then it is something like this. We were in an industrial age learning mode, wherein it was all based on capitalism, and slowly and gradually we moved towards digital age learning mode. And this COVID-19 has been a tough time for the whole society, but at the same time, it has exposed us to the technology that's available, and it has exposed us by using the different forms of technology in such a fashion to stay connected with people. So it has been a driving force for ensuring that we are moving towards a digital age learning mode. That's the transition that we are moving towards. Now, if I see with respect to timeline, initially our economy was based on, it was sort of an information-driven economy. It was information-driven society. Then slowly and gradually we started moving towards knowledge-based society, knowledge product services-based society. And now what we see nowadays is competitive knowledge, means knowledge which is effective and efficient. We always keep on saying a term which is very dear to me. Agriculture is one of the bottom lines which we do see whenever you move from countries, whenever you move towards the countryside. So nowadays we don't say agriculture, we say precision agriculture. So when we say precision agriculture, it means effective and efficient agriculture. So you are using your land optimally in order to increase your harvest. So we have, what actually is ICT? We do have a concept that information and communication technology means a computer. In layman terms, we say a dabba with a keyboard, with a mouse, or with a screen is information and communication technology. Rather, it's not. When we say information and communication technology, it's all about how you are able to send your message to the audience using technology. How you are able to receive information from the sender and using technology. Had it been that right now I am in Srinagar, you are in Rajouri, distance is too far, so using technology we are able to interact as if we are live in one place. So therefore you cannot say only computer and using internet is technology. Rather, any form of a technology that will help us in sending a message to the audience is a technology, is an information and communication technology. So therefore, radio can also be treated as a technology, television is a technology, telephone is a technology, computer with network, hardware and software is a technology. And it's one of the best forms of technology because it has helped us in improving the process of communication in such a fashion that irrespective of the distance within the sender and the receiver, we are feeling as if we are connected together. Then satellite system is a form of information and technology. Then there are a good number of forms of information communication technology. Now, as we can see, ICT is all about transferring technology and managing information. I do keep on mentioning in my presentations that this particular word is always in red color. So this ICT helps us in reducing the digital divide. So when I say reducing the digital divide, what I mean to mention over here is that if I am having a good number of people whom are associated with me, using this ICT, I am getting connected to them. If they don't have access to good resources, good people whom can speak, whom can interact with them, expertise can be shared. So this will help us in reducing the digital divide that is prevalent in our conventional system, wherein if you are having an expert in US who cannot interact with the person in J&K, using this ICT, you will be able to interact and you will be able to learn from the expertise of the person who is not available within the country. Then this ICT has helped us in improving our business processes. So business process doesn't mean that when you are doing business for a particular attribute. Business process means whatever you do right from morning till evening. It can be how you are spending. It can be how you are managing things. You might have seen that, let's suppose a person is starting from his office and he has to go to his residence. Let's assume this is his residence. So once the person starts from his office, he will call his phone number at his home and he'll be receiving a message. Which device do you want to switch on? So press 1 to switch on your AC, press 2 to switch on your microwave oven, press 3 to open the gates. So therefore, we are moving towards a technology wherein we are surrounded by devices which are connected together and which can work based on a single call of yours. So therefore, whatever business process you are having, it will help you in improving your business process. Then it can help us in redesigning social protection programs. I'll take an example with respect to this. Let's suppose you are going for a social work in your area, and there are certain remote areas wherein you want to install some infrastructure related to IT so that the people of that particular place can get benefited. So there have been good number of instances wherein the equipment was never installed in remote areas and the bills were processed and the cash was taken. So if you can design that using ICT, what we can do is we can have a GPS enabled system which can ensure whether the system has been installed at that particular location or not, and once it is installed, then only it will give a message to the server that yes, the equipment has been installed and it is working at this particular geo position, then only the bills will be processed. So it can help you in improving your social protection programs. So ICT should never be treated as a magical box. It is rather a communication technology which is helping you in sending the message to the audience. I'll not explain this particular slide much. Rather, I'll just say that ICT corresponds of two basic components. One is your technology. That is your computer system, your internet, connectivity to the internet. And you know it very well, as Dr. Tariq was mentioning in the beginning, that because of this bad weather, because of the weather conditions, some of the people were not able to get connected. So therefore, at present, you can see there are remote areas wherein the connectivity is lesser. Connectivity is not that good what should have been in 2021. So therefore, this is one of the bottlenecks which we should mention whenever we are interacting with, whenever we are putting our requirements to the officials, that the affordability and accessibility of a technology is very important. Then only awareness can be spread, and then only we can expect to use this technology to change our fortunes. So technology is the first attribute. Then the second one is information on which you are operating. Do remember this particular concept. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. So if you are seeing something wrong, you will get the wrong message. Similarly, if you are having wrong information put in your information communication technology system, the same will be displayed. So don't expect that if you are putting 4 plus 4 is equal to 9, it will be perceived by the audience as 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. It will be perceived by the audience as 4 plus 4 is equal to 9, which is detrimental. Therefore, you have to ensure that the information that you're using in your technology should be correct, complete, and accurate. Then there are two more attributes, that is process of purposeful activity, and understand these processes from the user side. So these are two different sides of a sender and a receiver. The sender, one who is sending the information, must know what I am sending, and receiver should not be biased. The receiver should not perceive things based on his or her understanding. Rather, they need to understand the vision of the person. That's where sender has to communicate the message effectively and efficiently in such a fashion that whatever is in his mind is communicated to the audience using technology. Now, what are the advantages of using information and communication technology? I hope that I am connected with people. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it making any sense, or no, we are lost? Yeah, okay. Fine. I do have this bad habit of asking continuously whether I am connected with people or not to stay connected. Okay. Now let's see certain advantages of ICT. It is helping us, and one of the best examples is the present webinar that's going on. We are from two different parts of the state, and on my right hand side I am having another system wherein we are having a speaker from Sudan who is talking to a group of 86 people from different states within the country and from some other countries as well. So these are best examples of globalization. So it's your whole, you can access whole world across your two fingers. That's the clicks that you are clicking on your mouse. Then the second attribute is that you are able to communicate, that chatting is possible irrespective of the distance. You are able to interact with people. Video conferencing is one of the advantage of ICT. Then emails, internet telephony is there. It has improved. The cost has decreased a lot. I do remember when we were conducting webinars in offline mode, we have to request for funding. Now, in order to get the funding so that we can bear the expenses of bringing an expert from one place to the other, then accommodation, then everything, there were a good number of heads associated with it. So it was a huge domain wherein we were supposed to get funding from different sources. So nowadays, whenever we want to conduct a webinar, we don't need those fundings at all. What we need is your active participation. What we need is your good intent. What we need is that you should learn once the webinar is over. So if you are not learning once your webinar is over, then we can see that the technology it cannot be blamed. Rather, we need to be blamed. Then access and equity in higher education. There are certain examples wherein people were not having access to good institutions. Now those things are gone. Now today, if you wish, you can enroll yourself in any course of Harvard University, Princeton University, irrespective of that the distance. Rather, the cost is associated with it. And you have a very good platform, which is known as Swayam, wherein you can enroll yourself and go and study good number of courses. Therefore, that barrier of having access to a good institution is gone. You are having good number of platforms wherein you can learn, relearn, and unlearn. Then, once we interact with people across the globe, we learn a lot. Let's suppose I am using a method of interacting with you. Maybe my method, it's not necessary that my method will be perfect. Everybody has certain lacunas. Everybody has certain loopholes. So when you interact with people across the globe, you learn a lot. You start visualizing how can I improve my method of interacting. So therefore, the method of delivering, the method that I'm using in learning can be improved once I'm interacting with people using technology. I can use innovative approaches of teaching, which one of the approach I'll show you today, that how we were able to interact with students despite the fact that we were having problems with internet connectivity. Then, as I have said earlier as well, that affordability is one of the most important attribute. Still, if you see the whole scenario of India, you can see that we have a good number of people whom are living below poverty line. So for them, having internet is second priority. The first priority is to manage their meals a day. Therefore, internet has to be affordable, number one. Then we should be able to access it. Now, if your mobile phone, a smartphone is costing you 5,000 rupees, a normal family who is more focused on bread and butter will not go for a high-end mobile phone. So technology has to be affordable and it has to be accessible. So if you do both the two, then only you are going for the economic upliftment and you are using this technology to reach to masses. That is, this will help you in achieving that target. This the use of technology helps us in bridging the gap. Between a sender and a receiver, or it can be two different parties. Then we have, it will help us in managing our time effectively and efficiently. As you can see that I was just trying to analyze that how I'll be processing. So I could see that if you have to start a webinar at 11:30, when we start it, we don't require a vehicle to be sent to the expert so that he will come, then he will join us. So there are good number of attributes associated when we go for offline mode, but there are benefits of offline mode as well. Right now, I cannot see your faces. I cannot see your reactions. But when it is offline mode, there are benefits of that. You cannot replace that offline mode with online mode, but In online mode, you are able to manage your time more efficiently. Skilled employment generation, once you generate employment, it will be always in the form of skilled manpower. One who knows technology can get employed. One who doesn't know technology will not be appropriately employed. I will not say it will not be employed, will not be appropriately employed. And you need to keep on improving your skills. Then sharing of information becomes easy, collection of information, news, this you are well aware of, searching jobs, advertisements, entertainment, online education, results, ticketing, online medical services or advice you might have heard about. Now there are certain disadvantages as well. We always see that the advantage, there are good number of advantages. Then one of the major disadvantage of this particular domain, that is use of technology, is privacy. How far we are ensuring the privacy of the people whom are connected with us. Let me take an example over here. One of the best example is that we are connected right now. And if I start recording this lecture, I need to simply click on a button wherein record is mentioned. But if you want to uphold the privacy of people whom are connected with it, you have to seek permission from them first. You have to give them a message that I am planning to start the recording. And if you are not ready to give me the consent for it, I should not. But what we do is we simply click on recording. That's why in Google Meet or Zoom, when you start recording, when you are in a live session, it gives message to all the audience, your session is getting recorded. Or if you are trying to join a meeting which is already getting recorded, it will prompt you a message wherein it will be displayed that the meeting is getting recorded. Do you agree with it? Do you still want to join it? If you still want to join it, it means you are giving consent to it. Therefore, privacy, that's one of the attributes. Second attribute is, you might have used Amazon and all. Now, the time you are searching for a product, let's suppose you are searching for a permanent marker. The time you search for a permanent marker, you can see different markers available, different prices available. Now, the second day, let's suppose you have not purchased it. Second day, when you again access Amazon, you can see it's giving you recommendations that marker, this is the scheme available in marker. This is the scheme available in this brand of marker. Now, if this information is shared without your consent to the people whom are associated with this business, that is breach of privacy. So whenever you are interacting with anyone, privacy needs to be upheld. Like you are using Facebook, you don't know where your messages are getting. You don't know that once you click on a like, they start flooding you with the content which is related to that like. When you dislike something, they simply remove that content. You use Google, write any keyword and search for it. If you are in Srinagar, the search results will be different. If you are in New York, search results will be different. Reason for that is that this is biased information. If you want to ensure this, then it should be free. If I am writing a keyword, I should get the search results which are similar to the search results that I am getting in New York. So we should uphold the privacy of the content that we are generating, the habits of accessing any content with respect to cyberspace. Then one more attribute which is a disadvantage of using ICT is dominant culture. A person with a Facebook account is liked the most, and the person without a Facebook account is not liked. It can be a case. Maybe in my generation it's not a case, but in younger generation it may be a case. One who is not having a Gmail account will not be accepted by different groups across the domain, or rather I should say will not be accepted in groups horizontally and vertically. Then cyber attacks, which is very prevalent as far as current scenario is concerned, because we have moved towards this virtual space. So people are using the loopholes in your system, in your scheme of things, in order to sneak into your system, in order to steal data, in order to see what information you are generating from your system or your websites or cyberspaces. Then we do have security problems. You might have seen people use your data and then based on that data they generate inferences in order to get access to your crucial data, like people get access to your passwords and all. I'll share one instance over here. Is there anyone in the audience who is not using mobile phone? This is free to all people who are connected with me right now. Is there anyone who is not using mobile phone? My question is there anyone who is not using mobile phone? I hope so. No one.
Okay, sir. I think all are using.
Yeah. So let me take an example over here. Now just see. I'll give you an example over here. You are using your mobile phone. You might be accessing WhatsApp. You might be accessing Gmail. At times, you might be accessing a website. What you can do is, once this session is over, what you will do is you will open your mobile phone. You will open a browser, Chrome or whatever browser you are using. You will write activity.google.com, myactivity.google.com. The time you click on that website will show you all the activities that you have performed on your mobile phone. So what is it? If that domain, if activity.google.com takes your all activity data and shares it with corporates, they'll devise their mechanism in such a fashion which will suit you. Because if you have been accessing Google and searching out what is the best price for a power bank, so if that information is shared with the power bank companies, they will be giving you good offers and selling their products. But it is a problem wherein we say that the security needs to be very strong, so that if I am able to access the information on my mobile phone, somebody else should not be able to. If somebody is checking out what your location is right now and they are seeing your pattern, you move from Rajouri place 1 to place 2, and every day you move at this particular location, so it can lead to some security lapses. One more problem over here is immorality. So people start stalking people, they start using abusive language. So if you're using your profile and you are interacting with people, you have to be sensible and you have to follow netiquettes. I don't say etiquettes, I say netiquettes. So whatever etiquettes we need to follow on cyberspace is netiquettes. Then filtration of information, which I have already explained in privacy, that if I am accessing any attribute of Facebook or Gmail, especially the search engine, then I am getting filtered information. Why filtered information? Because it first checks from which location it's accessing this particular search engine, and accordingly it gives results which are filtered. So it's not free. There is no free information that's coming to you from Google. No, not at all. You can check, ask your friends whom are not here, whom are in some other countries, ask them to open the Google browser. You open the Google browser, your friends in some other country will open the Google browser, write the same keyword and click on results. You will see the results will differ. So therefore it is biased information. So these are certain disadvantages of information and communication technology. Now let's see let's challenge ourselves. Like, do we have freedom of information? No, not at all, because it is based on location. And you might have seen very good examples of Twitter closing accounts and then giving biased information, or the likes and dislikes that you implement. The time you click on any particular item on Facebook as you don't like it, next time onwards, all things related to that particular item will not be popped in to your account. Therefore, it is filtration of information. I must say over here that once information is flooded to you, you need to find out which one you would like to choose. Rather, Facebook should not choose what information you require. Google should not choose what information you require. So you should get all bits of information. Then it is you who have to select that which information you do require. Then One more question which we always keep on saying, that use of technology reduces employment. Rather, I must say over here, it doesn't reduce employment, it increases employment. But the only difference is that if you're not skilled, if you don't know how to use technology, you'll not be able to get fit in yourself into a scheme of things. So if you are skilled, you will get the job. So therefore, you are increasing the employment opportunities, and it will generate employment, but at the same time, you have to ensure that you are skilled. Then what about job security? I'll simply say over here that job security will now directly depend on your performance. Job security will directly depend on how skilled you are. So you have to keep on improving yourself with every passing day. If you don't improve yourself, you won't be able to sustain. Therefore, what matters is that how you are improving yourself. Are you able to sustain are you able to improve yourself with respect to the use of technology? Like today, if I'm having 10 platforms to use, tomorrow I may have 20. Are you learning those environments as well? If you are learning those environments, it means that you are sustaining your job with respect to an organization. Now, what are the student expectations with respect to this information and communication technology? These points, whatever I have listed over here, they are basically based on what I have visualized in this COVID-19 period, that students do expect these things from us when we are interacting with them. Like, they do see internet as a norm, because the day they wake up in the morning, they know that we have to switch on our mobile phone. So what we do have a tradition over here in our state, especially, rather in other states as well. The morning when you wake up, the first thing that you do is you go and clean yourself, and then you come and offer prayers. Then after prayers and all, you may switch towards mobile phone, but the scenario has changed. Now, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you do is you check your mobile phone. What are the updates? How many messages I have received? How many followers I have increased? What new messages I have received on? I'm not saying that everybody is following this, but most of the people, especially from the younger generations, they are in this particular domain wherein internet has become a norm. Then if I'm interacting with you, then people do understand it as if that whenever I need any support, though we do provide support, whenever we need any support, a person who is taking classes of chemistry will help me in IT as well, and will help me in technology as well, which is not true. So they are using technology which can help them in interacting with the student, but that doesn't mean that every time for everything, like let's suppose if your computer is not working, you will call your chemistry teacher and ask them that my computer is not working, so you have to help me in this. So therefore you have to draw this line wherein which particular task will be implemented by whom. Students are flexible and ready to accommodate new forms of technology in learning. That's a positive point as far as the current scenario is concerned. And one more attribute which I have seen personally with respect to last 2-3 years is that all students, whenever you interact with them, they expect that good number of online resources are given to them. But you check out, if you are having 60 participants in a session and you give them good number of online resources, out of 60, there are only 5 to 6 whom do go through those online resources, and when they come prepared, they learn a lot. Rest of the persons, what they do is they open a page, and after that they receive a WhatsApp message. They shift their focus towards that WhatsApp message and they forget about that online resource. This is the reality. There is no need to hide these things. I, as a person, sometimes I am reading, my attention gets diverted. Similarly, the same can happen with a student as well. So students do expect that this virtual mode is actually a substitute to the conventional method of teaching, which is not. Conventional method of teaching will always be at high priority, but this virtual mode is helping us. It's rather facilitating the process of learning. This question, what I have mentioned over here, that what we should do as mentors, I'll come to that after some time. Now, these are the different perspectives of ICT, that we should have access to the technology. It should be having efficiency. Learning should be there. Teaching has to be there. Skill formation, it should help us in forming skill formation. Then it should help me in learning at each and every stage. Whenever I need help, I should learn. Like, I'll take an example, that if I am taking a webinar over here today, and I do see that there are some questions wherein I am not able to answer, so I should be able to improve my knowledge by learning. So as I have said, one of the platform is Swayam, wherein you can improve your skills, or you can enroll for courses in Harvard, Stanford, Princeton University, or even Google digital skills also, wherein you can enroll for different courses and learn how technology is used and how technology can be applied in different domains. Then planning and management is very important. It will help you in managing time, because that is very much required. Then we do have community linkage. These are some of the examples of information and communication technology, like word processing is there, publication, presenting softwares. So these are like, you have MS Office, it's again, and we can say it's an information and communication technology tool. So there are a good number of tools. I can share this presentation so that you can see it. Now I need to see the different domain. As I said in the beginning, I'll be using one of the tools. So what I have done over here is, I have converted that perspectives of ICT into the different tools that are available. With respect to access, with respect to all those attributes, I'll be discussing one by one. So first tool that is available with us, which is a very strong tool, is email. Everybody knows, because if you're using a mobile phone, and if it is an Android or Apple phone, you must have an email ID either on Gmail or on Apple in order to access, in order to start working on a phone. So you might have seen that email is one of the powerful tools as far as communication is concerned. Then second, as far as student and teacher is concerned, then learning management system is one of the best examples. Now, if I take an example of Google, then they do have Google Classroom. So this classroom is actually an LMS. Google Meet is not an LMS. Do remember that. We are using Google Meet for interacting with the audience over here. So we cannot say Google Meet is an LMS. No, not at all. LMS is Google Classroom. So Google has given you one feature, that is Google Meet. So therefore Meet is to interact with people. So you cannot say Zoom is an LMS. No, not at all. Yes, Google Classroom is an LMS, Moodle is an LMS, then you have Canva, rather we say, that is an LMS, and there are a good number of LMSs, that is learning management system, wherein you can have a class, it can enroll students, you can have a course, you can upload presentations, you can upload videos, and slowly and gradually you can start improving. Then we do have one more attribute, that is videos, which I personally see one of the effective tools as far as interacting and learning process with respect to the teacher and the student. And over here, I'll take an example of a tool. First, I'll give you a background of this. When this COVID time started, we were having a problem of internet connectivity, 2G connectivity. So what used to happen is you get connected to students, you start discussing a topic. Let's suppose I'm starting with topic X. The time you start discussing topic X, out of 50 students, 30 lose their connectivity. Or because of one reason or the other, they get disconnected and then they get connected again after 1 minute. So I'm discussing this X concept. I have to restart it again in order to help others also to learn. When I was facing this problem, what I did is I stopped all those online classes on 2G connectivity. So what I did is I divided my topics into smaller topics wherein I started recording videos. I first of all started with preparing presentations, then using a basic tool to record a video of 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Once I recorded the videos, I uploaded it on YouTube. The time I uploaded it on YouTube, and then people were downloading it or watching it live without any interference. Or at times, let's suppose I was taking class at 11 o'clock and somebody was busy, they were not watching it, they could have watched my video at any time. The meeting was not possible at any time, so I didn't need to stay connected with them whole day. So what I did is I started recording. Now, you might be surprised that I am mentioning recording, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. It's very tedious task. It's not like that. What I'll do is I'll just record a video and I'll show it to you that it will just take hardly 1 minute to learn these basic skills and use a simple tool which will help you in recording without any extra efforts. So what I'll do is I'll shift my focus from the presentation towards a browser. The first requirement is that you must have a Chrome browser. I hope that I'm making this clear. So I'll move towards the Chrome browser. Let me move towards the Chrome browser. This is my Chrome browser. So right now I am connected with you. You are able to see my screen. Is my screen visible? Yeah. So I'll write in Google. Just see what I am writing. SKAUST-Kashmir. There are a good number of softwares. I can share with you the website also wherein you can find all those videos which will help you in learning these video tools. So this is one of the best softwares which I have used, which is free up to 5 minutes only. Do remember, when I say free, that doesn't mean free for everything. If you want to record a video of 4 minutes or up to 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes means 4 minutes and 59 seconds. So you can record that using this tool. If it is more than 5 minutes, then you need to purchase it, or you can use some other tool which is free. So if I click on the screencastify, this is the icon wherein my mouse cursor is positioned. So the time you install this, you have to click on Add to Chrome. The time you click on Add to Chrome, it will not download a software, rather it will just add an extension to your Chrome browser. So once it is installed, now you have to follow the mouse cursor of mine, wherein you can see now, once I have installed, just over here, wherein my mouse cursor is positioned, this icon is displayed. You have to click on this icon and you can see that it is showing you that do you want to record? I'll just click on the browser tab, or I'll click on desktop right now. So there is a button which is known as record. Once you click on record, it may ask you to log in using Gmail account. So using your Gmail account, you can simply log in. And once you have logged in, you have to click on this particular icon and you have to click on record button. Now please check it out. I am clicking on record button. It is showing me what do you want to record. I want to record the entire screen. And the time I click on share, it means it will start recording. Now just see, it is recording, it is giving me sound, and then after that let me write. I am writing over here Dr. Tariq, so that you can see what I am recording over here. Dr. Tariq Rajouri. So I'm just writing Dr. Tariq Rajouri, so I have got some information over here. Or let me write, you can see that mouse cursor, this shape will be displayed. It's because of the recording has been started. I'll write SKAUST K. I have used two strings. One was Dr. Tariq and the other one was SKAUST K. Now, after completion of these activities, what I want to do now is I'll stop the recording and I'll end it. So my recording has been done. Automatically this page will display. It will show me that what my recording was. Now let me take this back. I have just recorded it and you can see it. Now check it out. I am writing Dr. Tariq Rajouri. Then I am writing SKAUST K. Now let's suppose if you check out the right hand side of this particular window, what is displayed over here? Number one, do you want to send this video through Gmail? Do you want to share it in a classroom? Or what you can do is you can simply click on plus button, and you can use good number of apps in this as well, or you can directly upload it on YouTube as well. So therefore, what we have seen with respect to this, that we are able to record a video without much efforts by simply clicking on this particular tool, clicking on record button, and once we start recording, once we end it, it's automatically saved. And you might say that where it is saved, let me go to my recordings. Now you can see how many recordings I am having. This one is just now stored. And if I go back, you can see all my recordings are saved over here, and they are all available on YouTube. So we have seen one of the tools with respect to my presentation wherein I was able to record. I'll just write the steps over here. Number one step is that you should have Google Chrome browser. Number two step is you need to install Screencastify. Add this as an extension, Screencastify extension. Now once it is added, you will have the icon which I have shown you just now. Number four, you need to click on the icon. Click on the icon and click on recording. Now you must be wondering that this recording has been saved. Where it has been saved? It's not saved on your computer. Do remember this. It's saved on your Google Drive. So if you are having your email account, like I was having Kirmani email account, so it will be automatically saved to my Google Drive. And if you want to check that also, let me show you that also. What I'll do is I'll write drive.google.com as I have already logged in. So this is my drive. You can go to folders and you can see there will be a folder which will be automatically generated, and the name of the folder will be Meet Recordings. Here it is. Now check it out. Meet Recordings. Now if you double click on this, you will get all the recordings that you have recorded using Screencastify, and it will be available over here. You can see it out. So you're having good number of recordings over here. So this will help you in understanding that whatever video you are recording will automatically get stored in your Google Drive. So therefore, coming back to the presentation and the steps that I was mentioning, first Google Chrome browser needs to be installed, and then Screencastify extension needs to be added. Then you have to click on that icon, click on the icon and click on recording. And once you have recording is finished, it will display the screen, and then you have to decide where to publish it. You have to decide whether you want to put it on YouTube or you want to share it using Gmail. All icons are available. You can share it in Classroom also. You can have a QR code also available for that. So it means if you can send that QR code to anyone, they can use their mobile phone, scan that QR code, automatically that video will be played. So this was about this video attribute that I was mentioning over here. Let me move towards the next, that is digital repository. Now once you create videos, once you create presentations, then you have to create your own digital repository. It means a place wherein you are putting all your content. Now once you are devising that place, again I'll take live example with respect to this. What I'll do is I'll take example of my folders. You have just seen I'm having today a lecture. So I have named this folder as Rajouri Webinar 23/10/2021. Now my another webinar is coming on 26th, which is an, sorry, it's not a webinar, it's offline. I have to give a lecture in a conference. So therefore I have mentioned it as number 19. But if I go to this completed presentation, you can see all the lectures that I have given, that they are visible over here. What presentation I had prepared for that, it is visible over here. So it means when you are creating your digital repository, what you need to do is you need to name the folders appropriately. Like if I go to some other section of mine wherein you can see that every folder must have a name based on my own understanding, so that I'll be able to understand that in which folder, what are the contents available. So you need to manage your folders, you need to manage your place, digital repository in such a fashion that you should not get lost in it. Don't put all contents in one place. Divide them separately, videos separate, presentations separate, Word documents separate, subject-wise, year-wise. It'll help you in managing the digital repository. Then these both the two words, digital repository and repository, they are very much connected. Why? Because I have shown you both the 2 points, managing and storing the data. Then do keep on accepting feedback. Let's suppose you have prepared a video, you have stored it in a digital repository, then do receive feedback with respect to video and keep on improving. If you don't keep on improving, you will be lost in fool's paradise. So therefore, feedback is treated as one of the best things that you can do, which can help you in improving yourself. Then you need to keep on improving your digital content. Don't keep it monotonous, that once you have created a Word file, then you don't need to change it. Once you have created a presentation, you don't need to change it. Keep on changing it continuously so that the feeling of continuous improvement will be displayed. Then one more attribute is consistency. Whatever you have done right from this particular step, through this, you need to maintain consistency with respect to that. So it should not be once you have done, forget about it. No, if somebody is sending you a message, you need to reply it and stay connected with your audience. That will help you in using technology in its real essence. Now, in conclusion, what I'll say is the technology and e-learning offers opportunity to raise educational standards in higher education. ICT is a very good tool to learn, relearn, and unlearn. It helps us in reducing digital divide. It helps us in getting connected to the stakeholders of this education system. It can be parents, it can be guardians, whatever it is. So, but we need good funding for that. Therefore, you need to find out resources so that we can make it more affordable and accessible. And proper training also is required. Like if I'm having a audience of 50 or 60 or 10 or 15 people, then we need to ensure that they are trained so that they can use technology. Then we need to leverage. So whatever we have invested, we need to get benefit from that. If we don't get benefit, then there is no fun of having technology. I'll end this session by this particular statement. The ultimate success of ICT for learning will be attained when we stop. We should not dream about having a magical box which is helping us in doing our job. Rather, we should apply this ICT so that we'll be able to see the beauty of learning using technology. So with this, I will thank you for your patient hearing. And while seeing the list of participants, I could see some participants, especially Mr. Manan Kohli was there in the beginning, who has been a well-learned person. I know him personally as a colleague